Where am I? Oh, I know. I'll check my cell phone. Darn, the battery's dead again. What am I going to do now? I know. I'll just watch the birds for now and figure it out later. My name is Bill. I'm with the Wilderness Hiker. How can you stay found when everyone else is freaking lost? The most important piece of equipment is your head, your brain. It's not here to be just to be a hat rack. It's here to think with and to make a plan, to study bushcraft and be ready when you go outside. The second most important piece of equipment is your body. And if you got your brain right, you're going to know to get your body right. You need to be physically fit enough to do all the outside adventures. And if you're too heavy and carry a heavy backpack and you're out of shape and on a rough trail, you're probably not going to make it. Somebody's going to have to come rescue you. So you want to be physically fit. You want to have enough running distance or walking distance and hard exercise that you can take everything the environment has to throw at you. The third most important thing is to take a friend. And if you want to go out there alone, you need to ask yourself a question. Am I physically and mentally strong enough to crawl out of here if I'm sick and injured? And that's the answer to whether you should be out there by yourself. And if you're not sure, take easy trips, short easy trips, and test yourself, and each one make it a little more challenging till you find your limit. Some other things that you might want to take on your trip are a map and a compass. I like paper maps because the battery never goes dead in a paper map. And the same thing with a compass. You can use the big compass or you can use the little compass. Either one will work fine for most of the things you're going to do. So if you're lost and you're wanting to find a direction, the compass will do it. You can get a straight line with your compass. Another thing that you might want to take is a Garmin. This is a small one. They have some big ones. And it's great. It's got a little map function. It'll show you where you've been and where you want to go. The only downside is the battery will run down. So if you're going to take a spare battery. This is a recharger. I can just plug it into my Garmin and recharge my Garmin. Another good thing to take is a cell phone, but it has the same problem. The battery can go dead. Its mapping function is great, and that's very helpful as long as you have a battery. So you need to take a charger. Now, if you're out there with a Garmin or anything that uses batteries or headlights, if it's winter, you want to take lithium batteries like this one, because these will keep their charge when it's really cold outside. The alkaline batteries lose 90% or more of their power when it's too cold. Whenever you're out there and you feel that you've been misplaced, the first thing to do is to stop and relax and study where you've been and where you're going to go and all the environment around you, and see if you can come up with a plan. Can you retrace the steps where you were? Can you find your location on a map? And again, the reason I like paper maps is because the batteries don't get. You can go buy them, you can find them online and order them, or you can just download them and print them. The next thing you can do is look around you and look for signs of human activity, such as roads, such as fences, electric lines, buildings. If it's night, you can look for lights. Any other kind of human activity, because if you see these, you can find your way there and either get back on your trail or find some people and get help. Almost always a road leads somewhere. Can you find a river or a stream? If you do, follow it downhill and it will take you to a bigger river, and eventually you'll find people. If you can't recognize any features in the landscape, the next thing you can do is to travel in a straight line. Because if you travel far enough in a straight line, you're going to run into something. You'll hit the road or the stream. One way to do that is to look on the horizon and find a mountain peak or a big tree or some notable feature and walk straight towards it. Another is, if you're at night, you can follow the stars. If you can find the North Star, you can find any direction you want and follow that direction. In the daytime, you can follow the sun as long as you realize it's moving through the sky. Another way to go a straight line, and this is what I like most about a compass, is that I can take a setting. So let's suppose I know that the road's going to be north. I just find north and I start heading north. If I come to a tree, if I come to a cliff, if I come to anything that gets in my way, I can just go around it, take another setting north, and keep going north. So I won't be running circles. A lot of times when you're going through the woods, you'll find a well-marked trail, and then it disappears. You've got markers every 20 yards, and then it's a mile between markers. It could be that the fall and the leaves have fallen and covered the trail. It could be that it's a place where there's not a lot of people and there's no maintenance. It could be just a very vague area of the trail. So all of a sudden you find that you don't find the trail. And the thing to do is to mark where you are. Take sticks or rocks or dirt and make a big X on the ground or on the side of the trail. This is where I am. Do I want to go back and backtrack? Or do I want to go forward? And so as you search the area, just keep marking your trail so you can always come back to where you were. And if you do that, you can search in bigger circles in the area and find your trail. It's also good to mark it and be certain that you're not going backwards on your trail. If your trail has a lot of switchbacks and they disappear, what you want to do is to take your compass and get the direction and see if your trail is going the right direction. You may be a short distance on a switchback in the wrong direction, but overall you want to be sure you're going the right direction and you haven't gotten turned around and you're going backwards. Another way to, if you think you're really getting lost and you want to to get yourself found, take bright duct tape, take a marker. When you stop and you're not sure where you are, write down your name and day and everything, and take off that piece of duct tape and stick it to a tree. And walk down the trail as far as you can see before you're outside of that duct tape, and mark another one. And then if you want to, you can always come back where you started, and if somebody is out looking for you, they can follow your trail. And lastly, if everything else fails, you can wait for a rescue party. If you're missing long enough, somebody will come looking for you. Get out there and have fun. See you next time. If you like this video, please go down below, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, and share it with your friends. Thank you.